I know there's only a matter of time until I'm banned from every single social media and I don't exist anymore. It's fine. I exist in the real world. In your nightmares. Like Freddy Krueger. Oh, Tate's been banned for a year and a half. I wonder what he's doing.
Now fasten your seatbelts. Here are the most top viral moments that got Mr. Tate eliminated from the internet.
Gay!
Serious relationship?
I have many concurrent serious relationships as we speak.
Are you poly?
No, because that means they can talk to other dudes. Haram. That's atrocious. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Agreed. Throughout the majority of human history, female promiscuity has been absolutely frowned upon. Only in the Western world we're going to pretend it's an okay thing. Every single culture since the dawn of human time and every single place on the planet has said that female promiscuity is disgusting to the point where females were executed for it.
Yeah.
And most of the world today...
As they should be.
Get the rocks.
Yeah.
Abdul?
Yeah. Get the rocks.
Get the rocks.
Probably one of
Yep.
In most of the world today, it's still frowned upon. It's unacceptable.
Excuse me, who in here is a high-value virgin? Is anybody in here a virgin?
Who in here is a high-value virgin?
I will not have sons who are too busy buying NFTs and saying, oh, I made a little bit of money, and have skinny little arms and go to crypto conventions and be dorks. I will not have nerds as children. I refuse to have a nerd carry the name Tate. If my son is a nerd, one of us has to die, him or me, and I'll challenge him to mortal combat.
Jesus Christ.
You say a lot of stuff about women like that they're your property.
That's not what I said. I was talking about an OnlyFans company when that question was asked.
You think women are the property of men?
No, the point I was making...
Why have you said they are?
Because I made a religious point. I said that when a man marries a woman, the woman's father walks her down the aisle, and hands her away to the man. Traditionally, this is what it says in the Bible. I'm a religious person. I believe in God. I live in the most religious country in the world.
So you do think that the woman becomes the men?
I think she takes his last name.
I mean, let's watch the clip that you said about this so that we can get it in context.
So I think my sister is her husband's property, yes. When a bride is walking down the aisle to marry the groom, the father walks next to her and gives her away. True or false?
Absolutely.
But I've been married twice, as it turns out, and on both occasions, I didn't believe that the woman was being handed to me as chattel, as property.
Perhaps the way the reason I'm asked that question repeatedly, and I'm asked in a loaded way.
Ferrari 812 Superfast outside of a castle. I'm drinking cognac and smoking cigars. Why are you pretending I'm not the coolest human alive?
Because I'm doing exactly the same thing, and so is Luke, and he's certainly not.
Luke's friends are over there. Luke, your friends behind you.
What do you mean?
Your friends. Behind you, your friends. At that table.
What?
Behind you.
Is it dudes or something?
No, just look behind your friends, right? Your friends. Who's at the table, Luke?
Nobody.
Oh, Jesus.
You're a slave if you have a job in any form. Some slaves are better paid than others, but most people are slaves. If the people in charge of the world can print unlimited amounts of said thing, and you'll give up your life for certain amounts of said thing, then they own you. They control you. Oh, you need $100 to do this. Print. It doesn't matter. It's not real. So who cares?
For a man is harder than life for a woman. We need to have a lot to be an important man. To be a woman, you need makeup. If you're truly beautiful, you don't need anything else. I've been on boats in Dubai with 19-year-old Moldovan girls. The guy who got that boat needed $100 million. Makeup. Same boat. That's how hard it is. Look at a game of chess. The king moves one square at a time. What does the queen do? Zips here, zips there. Easy for a chick, right?
The world up until this point was based on freedom. How they advertised you to be a good slave was they would give you some freedom. And when I say slave, I use that word particularly because a slave used to work his ass off and he would get food and a house in return. And 99% of people out here, my friend, are working their asses off. They can buy food and a house. That's it. Most people are still slaves. They would tell you you're going to be a slave, but you'll be free at least. You know, you can do what you want. You can think what you want. You can say what you want. You can walk around outside, look at the trees. You're a slave, but you're free. Freedom, freedom, freedom. And what happened when they did this, something changed. The internet came. people start to talk, people start to think, people start to realize how money's made. People start to realize it's all a scam. Cryptocurrency was invented. Now you have Bitcoin, which is surpassing the global reserve currency. We don't need banks anymore. We don't need the IMF anymore. People are starting to talk. People have elected Trump, a man who's not bought and controlled by the establishment. People are starting to actually get their minds right. So the people in charge are like, oh, fuck. We're losing control. We no longer control the money. We no longer control who's in charge of each country. Oh, got to put an end to this. We can no longer base our societies on freedom. We must base our societies on safety. You can't think for yourself. We can't put these videos on YouTube because it's fake news and it's dangerous. You can't go outside because the virus and it's dangerous. You can't travel in between countries without that injection because it's dangerous. This is no longer about freedom, my friends. This is about your safety. They're going to take all your freedom away, and instead they're going to give you a nice big helping of safety. And you're going to take it and go, oh, at least I'm safe. You were safer before. You were safer before, because now the government can arrest you for saying something they don't like. Because now you're spreading fake news. You were safer when you could have an opinion. We're confusing 1% of men with all men. The majority of men have no money, no power, no sex from their wife.
Fact.
Can chance in court. They can't even keep their house. They won't get to see their kids. So most men, their life sucks. That's the first thing. The second thing, when a man gets up at 4 a.m. to go carry garbage to earn a good wage, he ain't thinking, I'm going to do this so I can oppress. She's broke. He's doing it thinking so I can provide for my family, so my woman can stay at home and raise my kids and have nice nails while I'm out here carrying trash. You go to a coal mine, those dudes are not down there thinking about oppressing women. They're down there thinking about providing for women. Us men are prepared to take on more to protect you than you would possibly believe. Men are out here giving up their life for you chicks. And feminism prevents you respecting it.
What is Tate's advice for guys below 6 feet?
It's absolutely ridiculous to go through life wishing you're something you're not. The chessboard is the chessboard. It doesn't matter if you're 5'9", 5'7", 5'2". That's who you are. So you can be the best version of yourself and own it, or you can become an insecure bitch about it. Let me tell you something. Depression is not real. Feeling depressed is real. So you can feel depressed, but you feel depressed, and that is a natural biological evolutionary trigger for you to change something in your life. That's your own mind telling you you're unhappy about X. If I went to jail today, I'd be depressed because I'm in jail. Right. I haven't caught depression. I don't have a disease. I'm just upset with my situation.
Yep.
I have people mess with me all the time. I'm fat and I can't get a girlfriend because I'm depressed. I'm like, no, pancake lover. You're depressed because you're fat and you can't get a girlfriend. Do you understand? This is the point, right? So for a lot of people, your life is depressing. A lot of you out there, if you're sitting there and you say you suffer from depression, you probably live a depressing life. You probably live a depressing life. So if I was you, I'd be depressed. But if you were me, you'd be happy. Do you know what could solve depression for most poor people? $1 million in the bank.
Yes.
Boom. So how is it a disease? So when I say this to people, most of them agree and they go, okay, but if that's true, why do famous people kill themselves? And I say, well, I know you think you outsmarted me, but I'm Andrew Tate. And I have the answer. The reason is twofold. This absolute acceptance of depression and acceptance of weakness. When you accept anything, to a degree, you're promoting it. Weakness is promoted now in men, right?
Yeah.
So let's take Robin Williams as an example. Robin Williams killed himself.
I was just going to say him.
They can't help it. Why are you reinforcing that mindset in people? If you come to me and say you're depressed, I say, I will fix you. And you know what's crazy? When I said this depression thing wasn't real, do you know how many people stuck up for depression? You don't understand. I'm depressed. Depression's real. I was like, if it's so horrible, why are you defending it? You sound like it's PR team. Why? I thought it was ruining your life, but you are desperate for me to believe in it. You want me to believe in it. You're sticking up for it. You're defending depression, trying to convince me it's real because it's your cure-all excuse for failure. When you're depressed, you can fail in every human metric. I fail at everything, but I'm depressed. It's not my fault. No, you're a failure. That's all you are because you're not trying very hard. If you live in a house, I say this all the time. This is the reason I don't believe in depression. Because I don't believe in depression, I cannot become depressed.
Bam.
No matter what the worst thing that could possibly happen to me on earth, I will feel sad, but I will recover and I will not become depressed because I don't believe in depression. If you're in an old haunted house, right? You have two people in two haunted houses. One believes in ghosts and one doesn't. You hear some noise in the night. The wind blows, right? The man who believes in ghosts is like, oh no, a ghost.
Now he's scared, right? He wants an exorcist. He can't sleep. He's scared about ghosts. He's paranoid. The guy who doesn't believe in ghosts goes wind, whatever, and goes back to sleep. Do you understand that it's the belief that gives it power?
Right.
If you don't believe in ghosts, the ghost can't hurt you. If you don't believe in depression, you can't become depressed. And I refuse to believe in something that's going to weaken me. Why would I believe in something that's going to weaken my ability to deal with problems in life? Why would I do that? I'm temporarily immortal.
Bitch thought she was smart. She Googles up real mink fur. Let me show you. I found one, but it's $17,000. You know what I did? Bust the card out. Fucking ninja star. Ha! Landed on her lap. Huh? What's that? It says my fucking debit card, bitch. Buy it. Don't know about me. You remember that, Tate? And he's still shook. Still scared. Like 3 weeks later, just pick her up in the Lambo with my mink coat on. Started laughing. I can't believe you're actually weird. Ain't gonna be so funny when I fuck you in it, is it? Big dick swinging. Am I allowed to say this shit on YouTube? I'm Mr. Producer. Whoever I fucking want. Mr. Producer. You make the great show. Mr. Producer. You got all them bones.
Have you ever seen anyone with a vape? Have you ever sat in a room? So we go, wait, let me just go. My vape's done charging. Load it up. I mean, I smoke cigars, but I know what I'm doing. Give me a big fat cigar. I'm risking cancer to look like a mafia boss. Fine. I'm not sitting there smoking cigars and going, I can't believe this is bad for me. No, like the vape children. And what kind of parent lets their 16-year-old vape anyway? If I had a 16-year-old son, he's like, I got a vape. Get out of here, vape. Do some push-ups. You ain't got time to vape. You got to do push-ups. You ain't got time. You're a little punk. Talk to fucking vape. It's insane.
This is the only time in human history where the betas of Earth had power over the alphas. Before this, they had no power, but now they have a little bit of power. They can cancel you. That's what they can do. They can come along and cancel you. And everyone they've canceled so far ended up canceled. So they thought they could cancel the top G. It's the weapon that always works. They fired the bullet that never fails. It bounced off of my skin, and here I am. I still emerge more powerful than ever before. There is a large contingent of the population. There's a large contingent of men out there who don't want to wear makeup, who don't want to be girls, who don't want to be told they're toxic because they want to go to the gym, who want to drive nice cars, who want to have money, who want to have hot chicks. And there's nothing wrong with us. We are not evil. We are not bad. We're not misogynistic. We're not out to hurt anybody. Let me tell you one more thing. When bad things happen, they call men like us. The feminists who hate us and call us toxic, the second they have trouble, they'll call a police officer. Do you think they want a feminist male to turn up or a man like me and you? They need us and they use us. But the second we have an opinion, the second I decide to voice and talk about the things that we talk about, explain our points of view, they want to cancel us. They don't want us to speak. They just want us to defend them, build the railroads, build the roads, be the workhorses, be the slaves, and they think we're not allowed our point of view. Well, they made a fucking mistake.
I always park in disabled bays. I'm not a bad person, but I'm a quick person. Most people are slow and stupid. I'm fast. There was no people in wheelchairs trying to use this space in those 45 seconds it took me to buy this. So no one loses. But last time I took one of these spaces, someone goes, "Excuse me, are you disabled?" And I replied, "I am actually." And their face was like...
I'm extremely versed in CPR. I do know how to administer CPR. However, I will not administer CPR unless you're a hot female. I'm going to make something clear to the world. This is my public declaration. If you have a heart attack or some other injury anywhere near me and need CPR, I am trained in CPR. I did it when I was in school when I was young in America, and then I did it in school again in England, and then I did a bodyguarding course many years ago when I was a professional fighter. I did the highest level of the door badge you need in England, the personal protection badge. I did it then. I've done it like 5 or 6 times. I am extremely versed in CPR. I do know how to administer CPR. However, I will not administer CPR unless you're a hot female.
You only kiss your missus on the lips.
This is the reality. If you're some fat dude and you just had a heart attack and I don't really know you, you're going to die. I mean, if you're a really good friend, no, not even if you're a friend. If you're my friend, you just can't be a pussy. Well, I had a heart attack. Get the fuck up. What the fuck's wrong with you? Go to hospital later. Have a drink. Cigarette, cup of coffee. Get back in the game. Fucking having heart attacks near me, little pussy. So none of my friends would even have those kind of problems because I don't roll with fucking little bitches. But if you're some dude I don't know and you need CPR and everyone's looking at me, who knows CPR? Well, me. Help him. No. Why? Because I ain't gay. Fuck, I don't know him. Ha! Gay! Well, why'd you say you know CPR? Because I don't lie. I do know CPR. I'm just not going to help that dude. I don't know that dude. I might wake him up and he's a fucking liberal. No thanks. Fuck that. If you're a hot female, I will administer CPR. That's the only caveat. I will administer CPR if you're a hot female. So if you're a hot female and something happens, I will save your life. However, there are conditions. Once I saved your life, you owe your life to me, which means you owe your entire existence to me. Don't think I'm going to be saving your life and you're going to run off being a scat. No, you owe your life to me. I saved your life. You were going to die. And now you get another 20 years of existence and you think you're just going to wake your ass up and go off being a scat? Oh, thanks. Bye. No, bitch. I saved you. You're going to move your ass in, cook, clean, naked, orgies. You're going to behave yourself. You're going to be worse than a slave. In fact, I say worse. That's the wrong word. It's going to be better than a slave. Because my slaves, I have a few. My slaves sometimes in the deepest, darkest night resent the fact that I'm such a cruel master. But you'll be happy you're here. Yes, Tate, please fuck me with 5 other women tonight. Yes, I will clean. Yes, I will cook. I'll do anything you say. Yes, I'll tattoo your name on me. You saved my life. You'll be grateful. Now, if you're watching this thinking, oh, that's crazy. No, it's not crazy. It's more crazy to think I'm going to save some bitch's life and let her run off to suck some other dick. What the fuck am I saving her life for then? The fuck am I ain't getting mixed up in that business. So if you do have a heart attack around me, basically, to surmise, if you're not a hot woman, you're fucked. If you are a hot woman, you need to stay conscious enough and keep enough power inside you that you can sign that contract. Because I'll come up to you, and it's in my pocket. Come up and say, hey, bitch, you're dying. About to save your life. Just sign here that after I save your life, you're my slave. And if you ain't got enough wits about you to get the pen out and get it done, then I ain't saving you either, and you're all just going to fucking die. I learned CPR 5 times, and I will only administer under very specific conditions.
I kind of accidentally got thrown into this whole red pill girl pickup space. And I don't really think I'm there so much. I really try and focus on masculine excellence because a lot of the dudes in that space are trying to compensate massively. Like, there's only so much game you can learn if you're clearly a fucking dork, right?
Yeah, right.
When a nerd comes to me and goes, I'm a total nerd, I want to learn game. I'm like, bro, you need to learn more than game. Because you look like a bitch. My girlfriend will beat the fuck out of you.
How do you help that guy?
But he already knows the answers. How you help him is to tell him the truth because he already knows what he needs to do. He's just not doing it.
So what does he have to do? Just make a ton of money and
it's not even about money
and be successful and powerful.
It's not even about money.
He's got to grow a backbone to begin with.
You got to grow a backbone, and you can do that by if you improve your physicality, you usually improve your mentality along with it. And men are expected to be wise and interesting. He needs stories. You're not gonna have stories unless you've taken risk. You need to get some balls. You need to get some balls and live a life. I told him, man, go get on the train in Portugal and ride it for 3 weeks all the way to Singapore and think about what a fucking punk you are. And at least you'll end it with some stories. Yeah. Like, what the fuck? Like, you have plenty of time to reflect on what a bitch you are. Go into the bathroom and look in the mirror, look deep in your eyes and say, yeah, I wouldn't fuck me either. Like, what do you want me to do? What game do you want?
Wait,
you're scrawny as a motherfucker. Like, what do you want me to do?
He has to look deep into his own eyes.
Yeah, no. You have to look deep into your own eyes and say, I would never fuck you. Never. And that needs to change. That's actually my brother's saying. My brother.
Look deep into your own.
The only water I drink is sparkling water because sparkling water is for rich people. And I'll tell you why. You can get non-carbonated water, still water, from the fucking tap. The government gives you that shit effectively for free. Sparkling water you have to buy. So if you only drink sparkling water, you only drink rich man's water. I explained this to someone, some bumbacla, and of course he replied with the typical, but I don't like sparkling. You don't like sparkling water? You don't like water? Yeah, but the bubbles. The bubbles? You scared of bubbles, you little bitch?
My final conclusions. I like Mr. Tate. Sometimes he says a lot of brilliant stuff, and sometimes he says stuff that makes you go, whoa.
A lot of people ask me, well, Andrew, why do you have a machete next to your bed? And my answer is simple. Why wouldn't I have a machete next to my bed? Why don't you have a machete next to your bed? So yeah, someone knocks on my door in the middle of the night. I have to go answer the door, instantly pick up my machete. Yeah, but that's weird. It's really not weird. In fact, there's at least one, depending on the room, between 1 and 3 machetes hidden in every single room in my house, even bathrooms.
And if you can't do the same thing, you need to think long and hard about why you're such a little pussy. Some little pussy-ass dude once said to me, yeah, but if it's next to your bed, what if you like upset a girl and she catches you cheating and gets a machete? Bro, there's no female alive, even with a machete, that would stand a chance against the immense power I possess.
Now, gentlemen, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Okay, you have some skill.